Hey guys, so I know I post a lot about exercise science, biomechanics, and maximizing your training potential, but I want to show you that I just don't talk the talk, I genuinely walk the walk. So I'm going to start sharing clips from my own training phases so you can see what it looks like when these principles I teach are actually applied. And unfortunately, I'll only be able to post one exercise at a time because my sets run longer than a minute, and Instagram won't let me upload multiple long clips in a single post. And I don't want to cut the set halfway through because seeing the full execution from start to finish is the entire point. And I made sure to clip this at 2 different angles so you can see exactly what I'm doing at every second of the movement. Alright, so that being said, in this video, I'm going to go over the PitShark Jefferson Squat, the advanced hands-free version. So the first thing you'll notice is that when I unrack the weight, I go directly into the eccentric portion. I don't spring all the way to the top and start the set there where other muscles will take over as the prime movers from the beginning. Instead, I push up just enough to clear the rack and then immediately begin the descent, so my glutes are the prime movers from the very start of the set. Next, you'll notice I'm using a completely hands-free setup, which forces a much more intent-driven version of this movement. I've progressed from holding on to the machine the entire time to holding on at the top and letting go at the bottom before driving up, and now I'm performing the squat completely hands-free while holding on to a plate in the goblet style position. This variation increases intent and accuracy because it forces pure glute drive out of the bottom. It prevents using the machine to stabilize or pull yourself up. It demands more hip abduction to maintain an upright torso. It keeps the pelvis stacked over the hips, which reduces the spinal rectors from taking over. It increases the direct tension on the glutes, and it requires less load, but it produces a much higher stimulus. And by doing all of this, it's increasing the overall quality of the movement, allowing me to induce as much mechanical tension as possible on the target muscle, being the glutes. It also reduces unnecessary joint and connective tissue stress, systemic fatigue, central nervous system fatigue, and excess involvement from synergistic muscles. Because these principles force me to use the load that is actually appropriate for the muscle I'm trying to target, instead of just moving a heavy weight from point A to point B. See, without these mechanics, the movement becomes harder from a loading standpoint, but not necessarily harder from a hypertrophy or tension application standpoint. And trust me, I've done this movement with more weight and the stimulus is not even close. See, by training this way and using these principles, it makes the exercise more challenging in ways that actually matter for growth. Now, after watching this, if anything in the setup or execution sparks a question, feel free to ask. If it helps you train better, I'm always happy to help explain.